Hello guys, it is me, Super Mega RC here, and today I'm going to be showing you how to change the wiring harness on your RC car and fix starting issues with your Easy Start motor. So I put this wiring harness on just to test something, so I need to take it off. So first, what you need to do to take the wiring harness off is you need to unscrew whatever screw the ground wire is held on to. I will be right back once I remove that. Okay, so once you have that screw out, you just want to pull it off the ground wire, and you can just set this off to the side. It doesn't really matter. And then you put it somewhere safe so it doesn't roll away. And then now you have to take off these two screws and remove the harness. Okay, so once you have that removed, it should just pop right off, and then you just pull it off. Now, if you have these two wires, the black wire and the red wire still attached, then you just have to pull them right off the Easy Start motor. They should just slip right off. Now, if you have the blue one on, you just pull it right off the glow plug, and you should be good. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is you want to remove both fuel lines. This is to fix the one-way bearing whirring problems. Now, what I'm talking about is, I guess I can't really crank it over without a harness, can't I? Okay, so here's how you put the harness on. So what you want to do is you want to take this little black piece off, and I can't really do it with one hand, but you just have to take this black piece off. You need to put it on the other one that you have if you're replacing it. And then you just have to install it back on the truck, and then you should be good. You don't need to put these wires back on right now, but first you need to take the fuel lines off. So here's the first fuel line, or no, here is the fuel line. So let's set that off like right there. And then the pressure line, which is a pain, so I will be right back once I get that off. It should just come right off, but mine is like stuck. So if it's stuck, I would just use like a flathead screwdriver or something and pry it off. Okay, so once you have it removed, you just have to set this one off to the side as well. So now you should just have two empty things for the fuel line. So next thing you want to do is there is 4 screws, 2 right here and 2 down here holding on the engine to the engine mount. Now there is 4 screws under the RC car, but I would not recommend taking those out because you'd have to reset the gear mesh and everything, and mine's like set perfect, so I'm not going to mess with that. Now if you want to keep anything out of your engine, I leave the air filter on. I usually take it off, but for this video, for the purpose of this video, I will be leaving the air filter on. Okay, so now once you have all the screws out, you just have to pull off this little linkage right there, and then the engine should just pull right out. So now that I have the linkage off, I should just be able to pull it out. Now, you might think you have to take the exhaust pipe off. You don't have to. I mean, if you want to make it harder for stuff to get inside your engine, because that's all you have with the manifold, then I would do it. But in this case, I don't really care. So yeah. So let's get on to the next part of the video. Okay, so now that we're down just to the engine, we have to take off these 3 screws. I don't know if you can see. Yeah, you need to take off those 3 screws to hold on the Easy Start cover for the Easy Start. Duh. Okay, so now it should just be able to pull straight off once you have those 3 screws loosened. So now you're left with this one-way bearing. So what you want to do with this one-way bearing is you want to take some paper towels. You just want to wipe it off. So here are some paper towels. You just want to take some, preferably the shop towels. You just want to, so I'd pull the one-way bearing out, wipe down the back plate, because there will be oil on it, and then wipe down the shaft that the one-way bearing sits on. Then what you want to do is you want to wipe down the inside where the one-way bearing seats. And then you just need to wipe down the one-way bearing itself, which is just wipe it off. So now there shouldn't be very much oil in it. I don't want to, well, I want it wiped on the inside because there's like little pins in here. I've had little pins fall out because of that. So yeah, once it's all clean, you want to go get some WD-40 and you want to spray it off. I will go do that real quick. Okay, so now what you want to do is you want to spray off the one-way bearing, which I don't think you see it, but it's right there. And then you just want to spray it off. So once you have a little bit on it, then you want to go to the engine. So right here, you just want to spray the shaft off with it. Once you have that done, then spray a little bit in here. This might seem like a lot, but I mean, that's to ensure that your engine won't slip, your easy start. I mean, it's pretty important. Mine was slipping so much it almost made it impossible to start. So you want to put the one-way bearing in, but first, before you put the one-way bearing in, check on the engine which way it spins. So if it spins freely to the left instead of grabbing, then that's how you want it. See, so you want it to spin like that, and it should grab going to the right. And if it doesn't do that, if it's the opposite way, like this, your engine won't start at all. It'll just go, see, and it will spin backwards, and you don't want it to do that. So yeah, do it this way if you want your engine to last, or if you want to be able to start your engine, not pull it apart. So let's see, one more time. Flat part of the bearing should be facing inward. Should be able to it should be hard to turn it to the right, and it should be really easy to turn it to the left. So now what you can do, put the flat part facing out on the easy start. And put it back on. I mean, I don't really feel comfortable doing that, so I'm just going to put it on first because I don't want to have to take it apart again. So yeah, put it on, flat part facing in, should be able to spin easily to the left. Then you just have to figure out how to put it in. Once you got it in, there you go. Now you just have to tighten these 3 screws, and then I'll get. Okay, so now just remember, if you have the pull start, you have 4 screws, not just 3. So once you're done with that, next you want to get your RC car. So let's get it. Plop it down. Yeah, there's not enough space for it. So now, what you want to do, you want to put the screws on all 4 sides in to there. So then when you put it on, all you have to do is tighten them. Because I don't even think, well, I mean, I've gotten the screws in with the Easy Start motor on, but it is a freaking pain, and I wouldn't want to deal with it. So remember, put the screws in before you put it on the engine. And once you have that, I'll show you what to do for the rest. Okay, so once you're done putting the engine on, it should be solid. Like, you can't wiggle it at all. If it's not solid, then tighten it better, and if you can't tighten it better, then get someone stronger to do it, because this will wobble loose, and then you will strip out your spur gear. So be careful for that. So, and when you're putting it in, make sure the exhaust pipe, the coupler, goes onto the manifold while you're putting it in, so everything's attached. Okay, so now what you guys want to do is you want to attach the linkage right there, and then put on the fuel line and the pressure line. Now, if you don't know where they go, the fuel line goes to the carburetor, the one coming off the bottom of the gas tank, and the one coming off the top goes to the exhaust pipe. So I'll be right back after I put those on. Okay, so now once it's all complete, like once it's solid, got the pressure line attached to the the exhaust pipe, then you have the fuel line attached, the linkage attached right there. Now what you want to do is check that the linkage is working. So turn on the transmitter, turn on the car. Now you should be able to pull the throttle and it should open. And you should also be able to press the brake, and it works. Okay, so now let's get on to the next part, which is putting all the wires on the engine. So I forgot to mention, putting this ground wire, the yellow wire, anywhere isn't going to be an option. Like, you can't just put it on this. You have to put it on the engine somewhere. Like, you can put it on the engine mount, put it on right there. But I mean, you do whatever you want, put it wherever you want, and it works. So, yeah, I'll get this on real quick, and I'll show you guys that it will start. Okay, so once you're all done, you should have the blue wire on the glow plug, depending on if you use a glow plug igniter or not. I don't, so yeah, that's kind of useless for me, because I want to not use one, because it gets kind of annoying having to, like, if you're warming it up, and it's cold out, and you're killing it a lot by trying to warm it up, and it stalls, then you have to bring the glow plug igniter and the wand. So, yeah, and I know it's not my glow plug is bad, because I have one of those glow plug igniters with the dial. See, it says green, but this is also a bad. This igniter has a bad battery. But I have pulled it out and I've checked it before. This does work. The glow plug works, so it's fine. Now, if you don't know how to check the easy start wires for the motor, what you want to do is you want to look at it. So there should be like a little red X right there, as you can see on the motor. It's right there. So that's the positive side. You make sure you have the positive side on it, or else it just won't turn. So once you have all that together, you should hear something like this. No slipping. So, yeah. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Leave a like if you like the video, obviously, and subscribe if you want me to be motivated to, yeah, do more YouTube. Yeah, subscribe to the channel for more amazing content like this if you thought this was amazing. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next RC video. I'm eating goldfish, by the way. Goodbye.